Hi everyone, and welcome to another marvelous video. Let's unfold a critical aspect of the Viltrumite culture from the Invincible franchise. Taking fans by storm, the episodes of Invincible Season 2 have given new plot points for the ongoing storyline. The Viltrumites have their own ways of imperialism and judiciary, which makes them the strongest species in the galaxy. In Episode 4, after the brutal fight between the Graysons and the Viltrumite soldiers, we got to see Nolan, aka Omni-Man, being taken in for execution while Mark was ordered to take up the role of his father and prepare to conquer Earth by General Craig. Now, the question is, how is a Viltrumite executed? They are immensely strong beings, so there must be a superior force killing them. With all that said, let us dive into today's video and figure out how Viltrumites are executed by their own kind. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us it means a lot. Thank you, and let's begin.
You should worry about yourself, Nolan.
How do Viltrumites execute their own? Well, there can be a couple handful of ways to execute a prisoner who's been assigned the death penalty, which brings us to the importance of today's topic. However, we should not forget that the prisoner in question is not an ordinary one, but a formidable species known to be the strongest in the far stretches of the galaxy, the Viltrumites. Viltrumites are a race of fierce warriors and imperialists hailing from planet Viltrum. Their harsh ways of emerging as the strongest in the universe went to such an extent that they killed their own in the form of battle to have only the most skilled individual standing. Since then, the Viltrumites have laid their eyes on conquering other planets. Each strong Viltrumite was tasked to conquer specific planets, and we all know Nolan was tasked to conquer Earth. After killing the Guardians of the Globe on Earth and thousands of other humans, Nolan left Earth. Reforming into a good person, Nolan was soon approached by other Viltrumites for treason. We got to see that in Episode 4 of Season 2, where Nolan and Mark fought with all their life against the Viltrumite soldiers, at the end of which Nolan was captured. General Craig clearly stated that Nolan would be executed. As the story progressed in Episode 6, we got a brief mention of the execution ritual for Viltrumites. According to the words of Craig, in order for a Viltrumite to be executed, he or she should be healed and brought back to perfect health. They should be made worthy before facing the end of their life. However, Craig gave Nolan a choice to follow the path of redemption by joining the Viltrumites, but Nolan denied it. Now from here, we're left clueless as to how Nolan would be executed, but we can certainly take hints from the Invincible comic series. If we focus on 2008's Invincible Volume 1, Issue 55 from writer Robert Kirkman and artist Ryan Oatley, we can see a lot of scenes similar to those in Episode 6 of the series. Alan had surrendered to the Viltrumites with the intention of freeing Nolan after being captured. Alan used his telepathic powers to talk to Nolan and planned their escape. While Nolan was kept waiting for his execution, the alien guards on the ship tried various ways of executing Alan, but with no success. They attempted to crush his head, but only for their device to break. They tried firing him with a laser, which bounced off, not even making Alan flinch. Meanwhile, Alan and Nolan developed a friendship as Alan waited patiently for the Viltrumites to come for his execution. Finally, the day came for Nolan's execution. 2 Viltrumites arrived and took him away from his cell. Soon, 2 more came for Alan, and finally he used his strength to break free. As smart as Alan was, he had already made plans for executing their escape. Alan first freed all the inmates to create a huge uproar. He then chose Battle Beast for an alliance against the Viltrumite guards. As soon as Battle Beast joined him, Alan went to rescue Nolan from his execution. Nolan could be seen restrained in an underground cage, while 2 Viltrumites beat him relentlessly. From this frame, we can infer that this was the standard ritual for the execution of a Viltrumite on their own. It also makes sense because there are not many species that could stand up against the Viltrumites, not to mention the endurability of the Viltrumites against formidable weapons. Thus, to conclude, the Viltrumites are executed by being beaten to death by their own kind. Going by the pattern of reference, Alan would definitely try to free Nolan like in the comics and would hopefully succeed. The comics also provided certain specifics as to what actually might be happening. In the comics, when Alan destroyed the Viltrumite ship and escaped with Nolan, he was anxious about leaving before more Viltrumite guards arrived. However, Nolan stated some important information during his long wait for execution. Nolan stated that his execution was scheduled to happen much earlier, but owing to urgent business, there were no Viltrumites to do the job. He concluded that there were very few pure-blooded Viltrumites left, and the members did not want to disclose that. Not sure if the episode would be highlighting the same, but there are a lot of plot elements revolving around Nolan's execution. Marvelous verdict. We've finally come to the end of this video, and we hope you have liked our content. The Invincible series is increasing its hype and suspense with every episode, and we're growing restless to see what will happen to our favorite characters. With that, we will be concluding today's video. Thanks for watching, and feel free to add your views in the comments section and tell us how you all expect a Viltrumite should be executed according to your standards. Make sure to watch the series and share the thrill while waiting for the next marvelous video. If you like our content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to us if you haven't already. Have a good one and be safe. Thanks, everyone.